Kind of makes you want to curl up in a ball and cry a little bit.
Good morning! Today we leave for Cuba. It's the first time that we have been international since our trip to Australia, which has now been 3 months. And I'm so ready to go out today, but I'm also so ready for a nap because your girl hasn't slept and it's 2 o'clock in the morning. But I'm ready! Esta mochila es lo que yo quiero. Ready, Mom? Sí, Mama, sí. I think everybody's sleep deprived this morning. We all need a good dose of coffee.
The butterflies being back in an airport are so real. I'm so excited. It's a proper ghost town here at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, so you're saying not everybody's departing at 2 o'clock in the morning?
Shut up.
My dad's back there. You'll be seeing a lot of him in the next few days.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
I don't even know if he was paying attention. I don't know if he totally got that. When a person goes to Cuba, this is a 70-pound bag per person. So fun fact, most Cuban locals that have moved to the United States, whenever they go back to Cuba, they do the exact situation, which is bring medicine, they bring clothes, they bring toiletries, they bring toys, basically anything and everything, because the Cuban people don't really have a lot. So this is the reality for a Cuban family going back.
At first I was definitely concerned as to why we were coming this early, but now with all the stuff it completely makes sense. Kind of makes you want to curl up in a ball and cry a little bit.
Bye. So behind me is actually the line of all of the people who are departing at 6 a.m. It's 2:30 right now, but they all have so much luggage to take back to their families that they're having to make this really ridiculous line. But their families are gonna have some nice CDs and some nice clothes. Now that our bags are checked in, we're going to be going through security, so we're going to try and show you the other side of the airport, but I've also heard that that side is kind of hectic, and we've also heard that we absolutely cannot bring out the camera in the Cuba airport. So this may be the last time I see you before Cuba. If that's the case. See you in Cuba. So we have made it to Cuba. I'm sorry if we're a little drowsy. I haven't really slept. Actually, last night was kind of a crapshoot as far as sleeping was involved. And our wake-up call was at 1:30 in the morning, even though our flight left at 6, because like we showed you earlier, we had a whole bunch of stuff to check. And then, I don't know, it's like 10 a.m. Cuba time, which is the same as America time. I don't know why I specified that. That's the lack of sleep talking. Anyway, can't wait to show you around. We've already seen some old school cars. Yeah. It's really neat.
So I think what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to a friend's house, we're gonna unload, unwind, and then we'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Yes. Good morning.
/ good afternoon.
/ maybe good night. We arrived to Cuba, but we were so sleep deprived. Guys, we got to the hotel and I literally went straight first into one of the beds. I didn't even look at the bedrooms. I didn't even look at the room or the bathroom. I closed my eyes and I passed out for like 4 hours.
And I definitely swiftly followed.
Yeah.
So we kind of woke up in a little bit of a daze. Behind on the other side of this, which you guys obviously can't see, is just all sorts of random things. So like those bags that we showed you earlier, they've all been spread out. They've all been reorganized so that way we can start giving them away to people. And so I think we're just at the tail end of getting all that organized, and then we're going to one of her family's friends' houses where they've had a literal pig cooking under the ground.
Hours. So yeah. I'm really pumped for that. Actually, speaking of the giant mess behind us, let me show you what it includes. This is an example of the size bag that we brought 4 of, along with 4 carry-ons, along with 4 personal items, along with several bags of treats. It is important because every Cuban family going to Cuba brings supplies for their family because the people here have nothing. But they do have a lot of joy and a lot of funny jokes. You gotta love them.
Speaking of bringing bags to Cuba, I wonder what's in this one.
Peekaboo. Hello, and we have made it to Guanabacoa. It's been so cute watching my dad and mom reminisce as they have been driving through. My dad's like, that was where I went to 1st and 2nd grade, and this is like where I grew up, and this is the pharmacy that we used to walk to. It was really sweet. I feel like I've heard stories of Cuba my whole life from my grandma, from obviously my parents, from my sister, and to finally be seeing all of the places that, you know, culturally I feel Cuban in every respect. And so I don't know, to see kind of where my family comes from and where, you know, the culture that I so heavily associate myself with comes from is really awesome. The area of town that we're in is called Guanabacoa, which is also where my mom and my dad lived for their entire lives. Like literally my dad was born in the same house that he went to school in, that he grew up in, became an adult, married my mom, had my sister, all in the same house. But everybody else here does that too. So he was explaining to me that all of his neighbors that live here, they were all like family because it was their grandparents lived here when my dad's parents lived here, and they've all just grown up together and they've all known each other since they were kids. And then fun fact, we came and visited. We've been hanging out with one of my mom's best friends from her childhood. And this is the garlic masher that it's like a pestle and mortar that my mom gave her over 30 years ago when she was leaving Cuba. And she still has it in 2019. How neat is that?
Hola, hola, hola,
How neat!
hola.
Buenas!
Oye, ¿tú sabes?
It's happening. Mío, qué rico está eso.
Picado, mamá.
¿Qué? Ah, lo pongo aquí en el medio. Ahí metida. Qué linda está ella. ¿Qué? Guys, thank you so much for joining us for this portion. We're actually going to just connect with family and eat this food. However, there's going to be plenty of food reviews of Cuban food, so make sure that you look out for the stop link for whenever we're ready for those. But we will catch you later.